The government is known for many things. Its speed is not one of the attributes it is typically known for, and that's borne out in security clearance policies, which typically do not move very fast. Hi, my name is Lindy Kaiser. I'm the Director of Content with clearancejobs.com, and we recently got a question about some disparity in language on the SF-86 if you're pulling up the form online and why it doesn't match guidance that's been given. The standard form 86 is the application used for processing security clearance positions. The government typically only updates that form very infrequently. So I think we had a form that was in effect until 2010. There was an update made in 2016. 2018, there were some changes made to the eQIP online application used for the security clearance process. But if you just search for a standard form 86 on the internet, what you will get pulled up is the 2016 version. And again, the specific question we had was why that form says that you have to unfreeze your credit report as a part of the security clearance process. And they were asking if that is accurate. That is no longer accurate. So you do not need to unfreeze your credit report if you have your credit report frozen. That makes a lot of sense if you're following the security clearance process and you know that continuous vetting is used across all DoD cleared persons and increasingly across almost all or the majority of individuals who have an active federal security clearance. So obviously, if the government's continually checking your credit history, credit monitoring, that would be an issue. It wouldn't be able to do that if you had your credit frozen and it couldn't access those records. A 2018 congressional action allowed the government to access credit reports, credit histories for individuals, even if their credit was frozen. So they now have access to those credit bureaus. They can pull in your credit history. Bad news for those of you with bad credit who thought you could hide it from the government. You should know continuous vetting. They are continually pulling your credit report. There's no longer like a one-time pull of your credit when you submit your security clearance application. They are now able to continually get that information from the credit bureaus. There's legal jargon related to being able to do that for any background investigation or employment decision that needs to be pulled. So you do not need to unfreeze your credit. If you have a freeze on your credit, you do not need to unfreeze it as a part of the background investigation process. Why does the SF-86 still say that? Because the version that exists online is the 2016 version. Those generally get updated only once every many years. So what you find on the application, the eQIP, or if you're, as we move into eApp, the new application, the online application verbiage, it can be updated more frequently. We've seen some updates in 2018 to some of the specific nuances of that online form. That can be updated. And again, somebody else asked, well, how can something supersede what's on the SF-86? A federal investigation notification or notice that goes out, FINS, will provide updates on that. So if you need some documentation, if someone has asked you to unfreeze your credit report and you're saying, no, clearance jobs told me I didn't have to, go back to that federal investigative notice. You can send that to the person. So, hey, this is the documentation that shows this supersedes what's on this old form of the SF-86. The reality is you do not need to unfreeze your credit report. The government can pull your credit report without needing your credit to be unfrozen. So for more on what's on the SF-86, how to prepare it, and what the latest is in security clearance policy and application procedures, definitely visit us over at clearancejobs.com.